All right, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get started. We're going to be using Bolt to create a slide deck template for us to do future videos with. Got some pretty big plans. Going to be creating a GitHub clone with Ash, bunch of stuff. So let's jump into it. What we're doing is we're going to get, we're in Discord. Sorry, guys. All right, we're in Discord. Let's get a live. Gotta share our screen. Choose screen one. Share. All right, so we're getting there. All right, we will now rock you. All right, means we need another window. Okay, Ash. Okay, cool. Here's our thing. So let's fire up Bolt.new. Fire it up over here. We'll do this one and this one here. Okay, so what we're doing is every single time I create a video, I don't want to have to redo the structure, but I also want to have structures for my videos. So Slidev is a really cool tech. Let's make this a little bit wider. So basically Bolt's creating, oh shit, that's cool. Bolt's creating the Slidev. It's a really cool system, Slidev. Yeah, Slidev, I don't know. Anyway, all right, welcome to Slidev. It's really cool. Got a lot of really cool features. You can do code, diagrams, stuff like that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to literally just give it, okay, that's not the right one. That was talking about cursor. All right, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're just going to give it the, keep says, can't saying Mike. That means that I had one where it said Sean. I just went and got, yeah, here it goes. I got the most popular video in Bolt, and I'm just configuring it. Actually, I'm going to start from scratch over here just to see what it comes up with. So what we're going to say is, I want to create a slide or a slide deck for my YouTube live streaming code development, live coding, live stream, live coding. Want to be able to copy the title and description for the live stream from the slides. Then the agenda and source, etc. There we go. Okay. Okay, it's the same so far. So still working on it. Action-packed, I'm sure. So Slidev has the published slideshow, which you can't show because it's on here. We'll get to that when it's showing. Oh, Slidev showcases. Okay, so let's see if it finally got it. Okay, stream info. project setup. Okay, cool. I didn't need it to change everything. Okay, so then now we're going to give it cool, perfect. So then I want to have the description of the live stream with plenty. Jeez. So for instance, so let's just say, actually we can convert all this, have it convert it to Slidev using this mini high. Say, so actually we're going to grab this and we're actually going to create a new one and say, we're going to grab this one. This one, and say, can you change this? Operation Big Splash is what I'm trying to do to get Ash Swarm off the ground. Now let's hit it. All right. And so what I'll be able to do is copy this. So the okay, so that wasn't a very good job. So let's, but this helps. Instead of what we can say is, instead I want it to return one markdown file. Just turn give that a shot. Cool, much better. So let's see how well this goes in. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste. Then we're going to change this to see how well it behaves. Oh, you know what it is? It's that. And then this. Oh, and then you got to save. Okay, let's just say, because what you can do is you can say, what we'll do is we'll just get it to focus on this target file. Say, can you fix this file? Let's quickly check how many tokens I have. Subscription, okay. And so this is going to be good enough because we got other stuff to get into. All right, so that's enough. We're not going to be debugging this any further. We got something to start with, and that's what we're doing. Okay, so it's not great, but again, it's something to start off with, and that's what we're looking for. This is rename to Livestream plan, something like that, and then there should be another one. Yeah, okay. So between these, I should be able to come up with enough to work off of, because what the big picture is, if we get the big picture working, this becomes easy, as opposed to me by hand trying to make this work. I got the vision. I'll show it to you guys. So let's just keep moving. All right, let's go to here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, oh yeah, we have the shout out to the Ash channel. Let's share the screen. We'll share. We'll figure out the thumbnail stuff. Okay, now we will keep it moving. All right, so what we need is I want to move in Livebook-only, change the Ash examples to copy GitHub to BitHub. All right, so we'll go to here. Now we have this. I think, can we copy conversation? Which one do I like more? Okay, so this one. All right, we're just going to keep moving on this one. So what we'll do is we'll actually share it. Update. Oh, past version. Okay. Okay, whatever. All right. This is good enough. We'll work from this one. All right. And actually, it doesn't matter either way. So let's move on. Because it's like at the tip of my tongue. I know if I can just get this out, everything falls into place. So I just need to lock in, get it working. And so we need to go to the Ash Framework HQ, go to the Livebook tutorial, run notebook. Okay. Notebook overview, right? Has links. So I want to save this file. What's it called? Project master overview. Okay. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we have the pre-work. I created a pre-work for the and Ash book pre-work. Prereqs. Livebooks. We're going to create a new directory / Ash HQ / overview. Save. Persist outputs. Guess I don't know if it's supposed to finish. let's go to GitHub. Is it always, is it documentations, tutorials? No, it's, all right. Okay, no, directories have dashes. Okay, cool. We'll say ask HQ, and then we'll do, okay. So then, okay, so we'll go back to here. Overview. It's Ash project, Ash tutorial, that's what it is. Ash project. Oh, hello to whoever's watching. What's up? All right. Okay, gotta keep moving. Ash tutorial, that's what we're looking for. But it's underscore here. It's all. Okay, just keep moving. Okay, we're doing tutorial. That's what it is, tutorial. All right, perfect. Okay, cool. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just copy this, open with GitHub desktop. Show in Finder. And we're just going to change all of these. So we're going to go into back into the book prereqs, live books, folder, Ash tutorial, paste. Cool, awesome. Now we're on deck. All right, so back to live book. Open. Open dev book prereqs, live books, Ash tutorial, overview, open. All right, cool. So this should now work if I click. Perfect. All right. So save, persist outputs, save. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to change this to the, so actually what we're going to do is we're just going to grab this, we're going to export it, copy it, go to ChatGPT and say, we are going to be changing the tutorial to a GitHub clone called BitHub, and we are going to be replicating the open API.yaml schemas exactly. This means that the resources must have the same shape for when we add Ash JSON API later. For now, instead of file, choose the most similar from the GitHub API. Right, and we're going to have it do a search. That way it pulls it in, hopefully. Perfect. It's excited. It's pumped. Okay. Cool. So we're close. So now what we're going to do is we're going to manually duplicate it in basically okay. So this is what the full thing looks like. Now here we're in the we're going to keep it simple. So we're going to look at what the params here are though. Okay, so it has a name, attribute, string, so that we can start here. And I want to just look to make sure. Okay, we're all good there. We run it. Perfect. So resource. Okay. And then instead of profile, it's user. I'm glad I caught that because that's the whole thing, is that we're trying to make it look exactly the same. So domain does not accept this resource. Okay. It's good to know. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Okay. GitHub user. Change that. There we go. All right. Cool. All right. Now we are saved. We have the outputs already in it. All right. Actions. Okay. Actions create name. It has a name. All right. So we do GitHub user domain GitHub user created. Good. Very good. All right. Cool. Okay, see how it's doing like random examples? This is why I was talking about, like, we want to make it so that it's the same every single time, so that it's not confusing. So edit. So, oops. Edit. So it's interesting, this kind of show solution thing. Didn't know about it. All right, so let's just copy and paste. Edit. Okay, so here, okay, so our actions, create our actions. What are our actions? So actually, I think we can do, I'm going to just go through it really quickly. Okay, oh, we can do, I think we can do, well, defaults. Wait, that's not how you do it. Okay. Oh, we want to make sure that any reference to profile is removed as well. So we'll get BitHub. Okay. Let's just do a quick scan. BitHub user. Okay, GitHub user. Perfect. Okay, then what we'll do is we'll add another cell. GitHub user. Okay, that's our, and then we need to do creating, all right. All right, here are our users. Perfect. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Okay. Oh, did I break? No, I didn't break it. I don't think. Okay. Okay, and then let's see if we can now do this. Okay, perfect. All right, and so then if we go back up to here to create, so we create Joe again, we create the GitHub user, create, let's see if we can read. Yeah, we can read. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we created me again. All right, interesting. We'll wipe the outputs. We'll keep moving. Okay, now you see how it switches up examples? Could be, to me, is confusing. So this is why we're going to keep it the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to export, copy source. And so, so this example is confusing. Can we keep, can we, what should we use instead of ticket? So I'm going to let the AI decide what to do with it. Oh, okay. Well, no, let's give it the previous example. That's what, see, so even it's like not realizing what I'm talking about, which is the whole, like, even if ChatGPT is confused, that's, you know, how good is, so what we can say instead is change for, what is it? Change hash 4 to fit the GitHub example. What is the closest to a ticket? Now I'm thinking issue, but it also might be pull request. Who knows? Right? Let's see what it thinks. And now we're not using the reasoning because the reasoning was off. Hello to whoever's watching. If you give me a chat, say what's up, then I can let you give you an update of what's going on if you're interested. All right. So closest entity is issue. Okay, cool, perfect. But so then what we can say is, show me what the full resource would. Actually, I have that somewhere. I think I downloaded. No, downloads. No, okay, we can go grab it. So we do GitHub, open API spec. Yeah. Yeah. So we grab the JSON, download it. Oh, you can see, yeah, I added it. I don't know, I probably moved it somewhere. So then let's go put this inside of the Ash tutorial folder. That way it is co-located. And that just means that we can see, oh, fucking Xcode. No, thank you. The worst. Sorry, Apple. It's the fact. Open with other. Always open with Visual Studio Code. What? It's a fucking YAML file. Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, view raw. So that's fine. Move to trash. New Visual Studio Code. Open Brook prereqs Ash tutorial. Excuse me. Raw. Copy. And then we say, it's up to the second person watching. Chat me up if you want to know what's going on or if you have any questions. Open API. So we can say GitHub. We'll just type it out. GitHub API.yaml paste. All right. It's only 200,000 records, which is fine. So let's see issue. Okay, so I'm looking up top to see. Oh, wait, go back. Okay, cool. So we got issues, get. Okay. Do I have an open API YAML viewer? Let's see. Sure. Whatever. I don't care. Open API. Editor. 1 million. Preview. Designer. Let's see. Okay, works for me. Okay, so oops. Oh, make files, cool. GitHub Actions. What? Okay, so what we can do, oops. Shit. It's a disaster. We're having all kinds of trouble. Sorry, we'll get there. The fuck? No, like that. These people's thing is about to get deleted very quickly. Yeah, it's like this. My bad. Don't save. Uninstall. No. Okay. Hopefully this one works. Okay, maybe if we just refactor or rename it and just call it Open API, it'll stop being unintelligent. Okay, so it's just dying. It's just too big, which is what she said. All right, open, we're gonna do terminal cd live books hash tutorial, and we're gonna say, actually what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it up in Vim. Open in Find Finder. No, that's not it. This is so frustrating, but it's frustrating for me, and I'm making it so it won't be frustrating for you. That's the whole point. You got to remember that. Or the other way, and this is like, I think, a life lesson for anybody that's watching, is that when I get frustrated and the feeling is to give up, like I acknowledge that in my brain, and then I'm like, and this is where somebody else would give up. So if I don't give up, that puts me one step ahead of the person that gave up. So it's up to all the people watching. Feel free to chat. Otherwise, you're just going to get, well, you'll get code and rants. That's, if you don't know me, that is definitely, you know, what you're here for. Also code. I do a lot of code. Let's see if we schemas. Component schemas. Yeah. Okay. So issues. We're looking for issues. Okay. Get description, name. Okay. Here are the parameters: name, state. All right. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking this, and this is what we want to have our Ash resource, what we want it to look like. So we're going to copy this. We're going to put it into ChatGPT. And what would the Ash equivalent of this look like? Because I want to see, what does it think in terms of perfect. Yeah, see, this is what we're trying to get for the example that we're working on. All right, so now we're closer. Sorry for skipping around. All right, so now we're getting into attributes, right? So what we're doing is I want to just change this block of code. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, and so in the tutorial, we are calling it bit hub. I want you to change the content, but keep the structure. Perfect, yeah. See, so this is not exact. I don't know if the states of the issues align directly to open and closed, but we'll be in a similar place. Okay, so here it has enter your solution. All right, cool. So let's just grab this whole thing, put this in here, and we'll grab the enter your solution part. Wait, what? Did I do the right part? Oh, this is not. Okay. Oh, okay. So it is. So let's just make sure that it has the links at the top. It does. All right. So here we have. No, it is showing all that. So let's give it a shot, see how it looks. Okay. There it goes. All right. Oh, it's going to not be correct because it's got the backticks. All right, cool. Attributes to an issue resource. Issue GitHub, yeah. Okay. Let's just check to see if that's correct, where that aligns. Okay. Show solution. Okay. So tutorials for ticket, GitHub issue. Okay, so the domain, so it has, I figured this out already. There's another place I did this part last night. And so as I was trying to find wine for my wife. This was what I was doing. Okay. Did I reuse this? Okay, yeah, here. So what I did was I loaded up the thing, and this is, I already started doing this. So this is why I have this. And then I was going through it and everything was platform. And I was like, well, no, it's the domain. So repositories, issues. Yeah, see, so we want to have it be issue, label, milestone, comment, reaction. Perfect. See, this is exactly why we're doing this, is that so we're going to go back and say the domain, and this will help because otherwise it's, that's the thing, is it's a lot of times it's the thing plural, thing singular should be github.issues.issue to avoid confusion. Now it's going to redo the whole thing. I'm not going to, I don't want to double check. It looked good to me before. Okay. Cool. Yeah, enter your solution. It ends there. Perfect. So actually, I am going to grab the whole thing just because, like, I realized I don't want to. I'd rather grab the whole thing again and change it and validate it than to make the mistake. I would assume on something this big, the AI would do a better job than I would, and so we can double check it. So in this case, it would be, I think, better to do this, like so, and then instead we do Elixir, and we do, we're going to copy this part. Oh, it is one line. Okay, so, but still, I want to have it, I think it'd be a better look if it looked like this. Yeah, see. Yeah, see. So now it matches. It's also more clear. And then it does it here. So that's the thing is I'm just going through and making these consistent. That way it's like, because that's the thing is, if you don't know Elixir syntax, which is difficult, having the examples be different, I mean, and I'm not like, saying thanks to the people that did this. It's just a matter of making improvements. All right. Oh, and if whoever's watching could hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that as well. See if anybody's on the Discord. Sup, Igor? I'm live on YouTube.
Cool.
So if
Good morning.
Good morning. So if you could give me a thumbs up and maybe like get the chat seated a little bit, I think that would really help kind of get things going.
How do I do that?
I put the link to the live stream.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, so if you could.
I'm gonna open it.
Perfect. Yeah, because then you can pretend. So instead of like basically interacting on the Discord, if you interact with me on the YouTube, people will see that and be like, "Oh, I can do that too," versus waiting. Somebody's watching. Oh, that too.
Okay, now I got two Seans talking
There you go.
almost synchronously.
We're in a quantum state. We're in a quantum state.
Okay, let me mute one of the Seans.
Yep.
Okay, let me mute one of the Seans.
Yep. It's pretty cool. I mean, I know it'd be annoying for a whole. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
All right. So say, so I'm going to just say like, hello to E, right?
Well, it's actually Igor with like Y-E-G-O-R.
Dope.
Igor with like Y-E-G-O-R.
Dope. I wonder if it's okay.
Igor with like
Here.
Y-E.
I'm gonna mute. Oh yeah. And just chat. I have the chat for the YouTube side. So if you just hit me up there, I'll see it. So I'm saying he is a core team member on the Ash Swarm project. Oh yeah, and you can drop a link into your projects while you're in there, because you had that one that you were working on for the CLI stuff. So yeah, just drop that in there, and we can talk about it later. What I'm doing right now is basically Ash Swarm. I realized all the reactors and all these different pieces should actually be in the we should use GitHub as our example for everything, because pretty much everybody knows what GitHub is. So we'll do this just so that if people are dropping in on the, I don't know why I can't grab it. All right, let me move it. It's very interesting. It can't be moved. Okay, whatever. All right, back to this. All right, so we are going through here and updating the examples. All right, so this was the, okay, that's the demo, and then here's enter your solution. Okay, I don't know what was supposed to be in the, I don't know if these are the exact same. Oops. Okay, this already has all the stuff in it, so I might have, oh, you know what? The enter your solution's not supposed to be in here. That's what it was. The AI added it. So it's the details, and then after the details, we cut it, because the details have the answer. All right. So we save. All right. So we look at it. We're teaching the lesson, track, show solution. Okay, perfect. So yeah, it doesn't have it here. All right, great. So I'm going to just cheat on the side and add them and see if, yeah, okay. So I can't actually move Discord, so I just need, I'm going to only see the YouTube studio if you want to chat. Yeah, and actually I'm going to mute the Discord just in case, because yeah, that way I don't have the, we'll mute this for 3 hours. Probably going to be on for 3 hours. So.
Yeah, cool. Muted.
Oh, I didn't mute it very well. Oh, you know what? It probably means mute channel as, sorry, mute channel as, oh, you know what? I'm going to mute myself on here. So that way.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because I cannot hear you and I have YouTube on.
You can't hear me
but
on YouTube?
There is no sound on YouTube.
Oh, well, I mean, I can see the microphone moving. Maybe it doesn't, the sound's not very good. Okay. That's strange. Let me open up the YouTube.
I don't know if you hear me. I'm gonna mute here.
Yeah, I can hear you here. I guess I didn't check the audio on YouTube.
Yeah, so since you mute Discord, I can't hear you on YouTube.
Okay.
Well, actually, I muted YouTube. Maybe if I mute it.
Yeah, because
you on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're figuring it out because I see the little green icon moving on YouTube a little bit. So, and also, okay, cool, perfect. Thanks, Wad. Shout out to Wad. If you have like any kind of like GitHub projects you want me to check out or something like that, just shoot me a link. And once I take a break, we'll take a look at your project. Igor's got a pretty couple cool projects. He's also working on the Ash Swarm team, which is going to be dope. Like, trust me, you're going to want to get in on that project because I've been working on that stuff for a long time. Oh yeah, and I officially decided to no longer be doing any Python or JavaScript work on like my open source projects, just to like really focus and be the number one Sean in the Elixir world. So it's, Sean Moriarty's got a step on me, but he better move quick because I'm getting on it. So all right, so here we'll back to description. All right, so for a YouTube issue, I mean GitHub, we're doing BitHub because everybody knows GitHub. So we're, instead of doing this, to go back to the people that just showed up, what I'm doing is, it's confusing to me in the documentation how they're using different examples all the time. And then also that, for instance, when I saw support, I did not know that it meant tech support because sometimes in other Elixir projects, they use support as the folder for like fixtures and stuff. So everybody knows GitHub. Everybody knows issues and issue, right? Like this to me completely makes sense. You can see that it's BitHub, so you don't think that it's GitHub, but the AI knows what it is, and we're moving. So that's what we've been doing. We're on Ash for attributes. This is all going to be on YouTube as well. I mean, on LinkedIn. Wow, I'm just getting all my stuff confused. GitHub, go to Sean Chatman GPT. This is the main repo. And then we got on here, we got the Ash Swarm, we got the Ash book prerequisites. That's what this is going to be. Oh, and I'm going to, yeah, because I'm going to give myself a little star. Yay, 2 stars. All right, we're making progress. Okay, now we're back to this and back to this. Cool, enter the solution. Here's the solution. Okay, so we need to change this to, I'm going to just copy and paste, honestly, because I don't, one, I want to keep moving, and 2, I don't want to make mistakes. And then we can just do this. I like how it highlights the 2 of them at the same time. That's pretty cool. All right, and we're just going to copy this stuff in. We're just redoing the attributes. Okay, not attributes. Oh, yeah, see, got to do, wait, title, subject, status. Oh, yeah, these are, I don't know what it's trying to do. Attribute. Yeah. Oh, okay. Creation. Oh, yeah. Here it is. All right. See, so that's exactly my point. Because I didn't copy and paste, I got mistakes. So we're just going to copy it in, see if it works. There it goes. All right. Creating a ticket. So now we're going to go and let's see if this is changed. Configure. Yeah. An issue resource. Yeah. Okay, GitHub style issue in GitHub. Yeah, exactly. All right, creating an issue. Okay, so then now we're going to take this and say change this to GitHub.issues. no, change. So change okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Now these ones I am doing by hand just so that I can get a feeling for if I'm getting the right response that it's talking about. Yeah, invalid error. So actually what I'm going to do is change this to instead be like, so here it's, they call it details, class, text, red. I think that's how you do Tailwind. Oh, so we just do, oops. What does it look like? Maybe pre. Okay, that's better, right? Because it looks right, but I'm not getting Tailwind, red text. Oh, you have to give a number. Text red 50. Perfect. That's what it is. Okay. Ooh, that's okay. It's not coloring it. Okay, red 500. Oh, perfect. There we go. And then size, typography, font size. Cool. And actually, I think we could even do the little border. So, because watch what we can do. So I can show it. Well, actually, let's just learn the Tailwind. And this is another thing that I'm trying to do is not always go to ChatGPT. And the reason why I say that is that I should be able to spot when it looks wrong. So actually, I can also do this, inspect. So this is where my JavaScript skills come into play. ANSI color red. Interesting. I don't know what that. You can actually just copy it. So you can just say And I don't need to, I know I don't need to go through all the effort to do this, but I do think that it makes it better, right? Because it's like, if I can make it so that it looks exactly the same, then, so that's the whole thing is now, whereas before it, I don't know the comparison. I have the comparison. This is, I've changed it. Let's go to, I'll show, oh, actually this will show what it looked like originally. No, it doesn't really matter. But it basically was showing the error text like this, like kind of like this around in here. And it's like, no, let's make it look exactly the same. So let's keep going. And so we can say font, font editor. We can see, oh, font size. Oh yeah, font editor. So this is class. Okay, cool. See, now we got it looking very similar. Now we just need the gray border on top of it. Div. Data border. Oh, yeah, here it is. Perfect. So let's see what happens if we just give it the attribute data border. That's what we're doing. So then we just, what we say is what it does up there, border. Nope. Okay. So, okay. So we're gonna, wait, I lost it. Lost it. Creating an issue. Okay, yeah, it should look something like this. Okay. Class. Okay, so let's copy these and put these in the style. I don't think it works that way. I think you can do a space. We're close. Okay, we got the, we're almost there. Bottom right. Okay, I think we can just do border radius. Okay, there we go. We're close. And then we just need to figure out what that padding is. Max width full. Margin top 5. And then you can also, we could do this. So it's the margin 5 is that. That's not it. And then padding. Yeah, see, there you go. Padding 1 rem. Boom. One of the things I used to do when stuff was like really cool, I'd do a victory lap. And so that's a victory lap. Because now when you look at it, it looks exactly the same. So now let's close, if we close this up, we just erase it and I do this. So now we look and we're like, oh, we're doing the tutorial constraints, open, closed, good. Okay, we're creating an issue without any attributes. Remember, when creating a resource, use a change set, which gets passed to create. The output should look something like this. Okay. So the thing is, like, this is something like this. Say, because it's confusing, right? So we are going to create an issue without any attributes. This will show what error that will throw. I don't know if it's throwing in Elixir, but it's close enough, right? Creating an issue. We're going to create an issue without any attributes. This will show what error. Show an error that we can all agree on. Show an error. See, so yeah. Okay, so we are going to create an issue without any attributes. This will show an error. Remember, when creating a resource, use a change set. Gets passed. Output should. So instead of this, it will say the error output will look like this, because now it does look like this. And so now we're going to just do bithub.issues.issue hash.change-set.for create hash.create. Perfect. Now that looks exactly the same. And actually what I'll do is I'll even add this part, because then we won't show the whole thing, because these we don't need it, but I think this is better. Yeah, this is better. So, because also this teaches you. So the thing is also we're teaching multiple things. So for instance, we're teaching you, and you can say lib ash error. And so we can even put something in here. We can put like a little P tag maybe. It says it will show the ash lib /dep version and line if you want source. Let's see if that, because yeah, visually this breaks it up a little bit, right? It will show the ash dep version. We'll just say ash version and line number. We could say, don't be afraid to look at the source code. Jupyter notebooks for what? Like just any kind of Jupyter notebook? And we'll put a little, I like to do the upside down smile emoji, upside. So the thing about the contrast between Livebook and Jupyter is I'm trying to not be the Python guy. so I don't want to even kind of engage in Python. I actually could. What's funny is I specifically didn't work with Jupyter notebooks for the reason why Livebook notebooks are so good. The problem is that, and actually I'd say this is the biggest example of mutable state being a bad thing, is that especially early when I was doing data science and like, okay, we can go back 9 years. The first time I ever generated text with an AI. It was really weird and didn't work very well, but it was cool because it was the first time I'd ever seen it. The problem is, and this is probably still the case, 75% of notebooks don't work because the version changed or there's a file you need to upload and all that kind of stuff. And that's no good. The thing that's cool about Livebook is it works every single time. So if you want to watch a video about Jupyter notebooks not working, do that. But yeah, I think we're just going to stick with Elixir because, yeah, I don't want, because that's the thing. I have a lot of code in Python and stuff. I'm not sure what you mean by how so. Okay. So we throw that error. Jupyter Notebook. No, the thing is, it's like either that or the GPU you're using is different, or you don't have an account. Like that's what I mean. And this is one of the reasons why I'm moving to Elixir versus other languages. The problem is that with most other languages than Elixir, I've almost never, if ever, come across this, which is let's just say I go to a project, a JavaScript project, and it's got a really cool example and stuff like that, but it's like a 3-year-old project. None of the dependencies are going to work. It's going to crash. It's going to be like, oh, this version of that library doesn't work with this version of that library and all that stuff. I don't think I've ever come across a Elixir project where I haven't been able to do the example because the code's changed or the dependencies have changed. So to understand why a Python developer would go to Elixir. Okay. So the thing about it is that the first off is that Elixir can access any Python code, either through an API or a function call. There's different ways. So I still have access to all the Python that I want, right? Most of what people do now, though, most applications or most the ways that I get paid is just accessing somebody's API. So it actually doesn't matter what language I use, right? The thing about Elixir programs, for instance, is I can use the Erlang term storage, which is in memory, and not worry about it crashing. So the thing, and also there's so many reasons why Elixir, or let's just say Erlang or the Beam, it's more of the Beam because you can have all kinds of different languages on the Beam. So Elixir is just kind of one part, but it's that the Beam is so dependable that there's nothing that compares to it. And so it's taken me a long time to get to this point. So I'm not recommending it for other people. It's just, it's just the dependency, right? Like that's the thing is I never have to, I've done it, but basically I never have to delete like node modules. If you ever work with node modules, then the thing about Redis is it's the same problem as any other like Python or JavaScript, in which I need to go get a Redis library, and then maybe the Redis library versions changed. Or for instance, Redis like took out a lot of functionality and moved it into a separate project and all that stuff, right? The thing about the Beam is the Beam already has everything I need, right? If I need to do HTTP, it has HTTP. I need to do JSON, it has JSON. That's one of the reasons why I like Ash. Also, you have to recognize Ash is a major contributor to this decision because Ash unifies across all of these things. So it's also not just Elixir. Because there's a reason why I'm doing Ash and you haven't seen me touch any other Elixir projects, is because this is, until I know all of the Ash ecosystem, there isn't anything else. No. So the thing about the ecosystem of Python being more maturity, it's just like with life. Being older doesn't make you smarter, and being older doesn't make you better. You're just older. And so the thing about it is that, for instance, trying to set up a job queue. If I'm trying to set up Oban, for instance, I did Ash Oban and it just worked. I never once had a problem using Ash Oban. I've tried to use Airflow for job queue. Oh, so for instance, for Celery, which is a job queue, you have to have a database and you have to have a message broker for the most part, right? So it's also talking about moving parts, right? The amount of moving parts in a Python project is massive. The amount of moving parts in a JavaScript project is massive. And the problem is you're completely dead unless you change. And then you spend all this time changing, and you don't even have a guarantee that it works. And so that's where a lot of this comes from. It's like these are not opinions; these are facts. Like, I've worked with this stuff for a long time. That's why I'm making this choice. I don't recommend it for other people because also I've been programming for the last, now it's like 32 or 33 years. So this is opinion experience, not based on opinion or anything like that. So I'm going to get back to coding this up because I definitely do want to finish this today, and there's still 3 or 4 more. So the thing about Python not being as chaotic as Node, one, that's kind of true depending on what you're trying to do, but let's just say that it's less chaotic. The problem with Python then becomes concurrency, right? I can run, there's a talk or an article in Oban. I can run 1 million jobs per minute on Oban. That is technically impossible with Python. It's just not possible at all, ever, on one node, on one CPU. So yeah, so that's another way to put it, is that, and that's the reason why I say the beam. So in terms of the priority of things that I'm choosing, it's more like this. It's Ash, Beam, Elixir, right? So the thing is, for instance, if Ash was in any other language in the Beam, like Gleam, or there was a Python kind of language in the Beam, any of those other languages had Ash, I would use one of those other languages. So there's no love for Elixir. Elixir is only because I absolutely have to. So that's another way to put it. It's Ash. That's the whole point of all this stuff. Cool. So yeah, so we got attributes. We're doing the attributes, creating the shoe. I'm super proud of this, right? Because it's like this I didn't have to do, but also, like, the language. Because the thing is that the way that it was originally, it said it could look like this, but no. And the thing about it is, as a new developer, I can study this, I can understand this, I can look it up, I can ask the LLM about it. And for instance, one of the really good things is it has the version number of the library in it, right? Like, this is critical information, and it's really good that it has it. So that's the other thing about it, is it's just the features that are in Elixir and Ash are really good. All right, we got that. Now create a ticket with the subject. All right, so we need to change this text, right? So we're not doing tickets and subjects anymore. We're doing this. So now we're back to conversion. So now, and so what seemed to work really well is change and change. And so let's see what happens now that I set that precedent of change and change. Perfect. See how now it understands without me even having to tell it what I want? That's one of those things that I always recommend, is kind of see if it's able to pick up something that you used to have to do manually. All right, so now create an issue. Okay, so go GitHub. Because one of the reasons why I'm going through all this effort for the GitHub is then we're going to create some live books around Reactor and stuff. And so then, because the goal, because you're here, Igor. Yeah, this was my vision last night. I was like really thinking about it because some people were confused and all this stuff. What I want to do is use Ash, Reactor, and Instructor, which is our structured LLM, to model a agile project. So I basically want to simulate using large language models and essentially agents, but you say it's Ash and Reactor. I want to model the Ash Swarm project being built. Because if I model how the project's built, either it can write the code for me, or it can write the issues, which is what we're doing right now, write the issues that I can pass to people in order for them to be able to help me with the project. So this is you're also seeing, this is the crescendo of like 2 years worth of work. So it's also not like another thing that I'll mention just quickly is I have built my own Ash style frameworks. So we'll just do a real quick thing. The reason why I'm saying this is because I have also, I feel like, gone all the way through as far as I could take Python. So another thing is that if I need to go back to Python, I have my own frameworks, right? So this framework, I can tell you, right, generating structured text, mock text, all that stuff, concurrent execution, right? So the thing is, I was building things based on copying OTP in Python as well. So the perspective is that because I built this stuff by hand, not because this is like a guy that watched some YouTube videos or gave a talk or something, right? I built my own workflow engine similar to Oban and Reactor, right? I built my own state machine library, kind of a modification to this framework, but I built my own state machine stuff, and that's another perspective of it. Is I was building the Ash framework, kind of, then came across it, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I don't have to build all this stuff, because I thought I was going to have to build a lot of stuff in Elixir as well. It's not like Elixir just automatically has everything that I need. It was the Ash framework that bridged the gap. So it's all very, very specific reasoning for what I'm saying. Now, why is this longer? Oh, it's because of the adjustment. All right, the title. And I don't know why the bottom's so big, but whatever. We're not worried about it right now. Title. Let's see if we can create it. Okay. There's two. Oops. I put 2 parentheses. All right, cool. Now we ran the trade. This is the change set. So now we're ready to make the change. And then, oops, I keep running this cell. Now let's see who else joined hey, Outlog. I am doing, I'm streaming on live on YouTube as well. I'd appreciate it if you could just like jump on me like a thumbs up or something like that, just to help like move things along. But if not, keep chilling in the Discord, no problem. All right, so we're doing ash.create, and we're now creating a GitHub issue. GitHub issue created. So now imagine I use a large language model to do this instead. Now, with Oban, I could hypothetically per minute run 1 million LLM calls. That's why I'm doing this, right? Can anybody else on the planet even, that's the thing that I love about this and what I'm doing, is for everybody else, the very idea of running 1 million LLM calls per minute is so off the charts ridiculous that nobody even thinks about it, right? I don't know, because I've looked, nobody's ever even come close to talking about it, because, and this is the difference between Elixir and other languages, is in other languages, you're making 1 LLM call at a time, right? You have somebody that's at a browser, they press the button to make a call, that then goes and makes the call to the LLM and brings back the results to the user, right? And so the thing about it is what we're working on is we're going to have perhaps the web interface, somebody does something to the interface, it goes to a reactor goes to Oban, or it goes from the website to, actually be very specific. Website, Ash Phoenix, perhaps Ash JSON, but we'll just say Ash Phoenix, Ash Oban, Ash Reactor, large language model, Ash, then back to the browser. I can't do it all off the top of my head, but that's kind of the flow that I'm imagining. All right. This is one of the reasons why I'm saying issues. Is like, it's confusing when the small like microcosm of what I'm talking about, right? So now create an issue with the state set to closed. Show solution. Okay, we'll just go and grab this one. Yeah, I'm going to be very careful not to issue the state set to closed. We're just going to be very careful to replace it. Title. There we go. Oops. There we go. See if somebody dropped in, so dropped out. Okay, so now create an issue with the state set to closed. Okay, so we'll type it out. And that's another thing I love about Livebook is if I get this Livebook right, if I test out how it works and then get it to a certain state, I will never for the rest of my life have to worry about it not working. Right? I guess that's one of the things about, that's the best way to describe Elixir and the Beam and all that stuff is if you get it right, you never have to worry about it not working. Oh, you're right. I had it. I forgot. Oh, and then the create. Oh, no such attribute status. State. We're doing state. And you're right. That I would have caught that if I hadn't have had the panel open. Okay, so state. Cool. And I'm going to capitalize this just because I want to be consistent. So I'm going to check up here. Yeah, see. And that's one of those things. It's like there's no reason to not capitalize it. But it's somebody was working on it, and it's complex. So no blame. Just these are difficult things to because this might have just been Zach like knocking this out, and that guy's definitely busy. And what I realized is we're going to just copy this. Oh no, I'll type it out. It's good for me to still practice some coding. And also this would give me the feel for somebody working on this for create. Oh, we don't do subject. We're doing title. Yeah, status, title. Okay. So what we'll do is for this, we're going to copy this. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it down here. I want to show the error. So do what we did above, but we're not, instead of showing, we're going to chop out what we don't want, what we don't care about. Body state. Oh, I misspelled it. That was part of the, that's why there was two problems. Okay, perfect. Oops. Interesting. So it doesn't error. Create body state constraints state. Did I do that? So I don't know if that doesn't work because it doesn't throw the error, or if it doesn't work because it's on my. So I'm going to take this out, honestly, because like it doesn't matter. Like one, I don't want to have to figure out what's going on. But also it doesn't really matter. Like this is already one. So here's what I'm saying. Like I don't honestly care in this case because I don't want to be teaching, like we already taught one error case. I don't want to be teaching another error case. So independent of what's working or not. Because also the way that you do the, yeah, no problem. So what happened was when you create with the state pending, it said it was supposed to error, but instead it created it with the state open, right? So the thing is that it had the constraints, one of opened or closed, constraints atom open or closed, constraints atom open or closed, right? And it did not fail the constraint, right? Now, here's the thing. I don't care, meaning that yes, I could try to figure out what went wrong. I can go back through the demo. I could file a bug report. That's not the point. The point is, let's keep moving. So that's what I'm saying. So it might be something in the code's wrong, might be, but honestly, and this is where it also comes from with like constraints and stuff like that, is if I build my system correctly, I don't need that constraint to fail. It should never get to that place in the first place. That's another thing. That's another thing about like validations and all these things, is that the validation should be at the very front at the data entry. This is one of those things, but it works in Ash because it uses that later on. It's just, that's a long-winded thing to say. We're not, but actually, even one of the things that's good is even then we shouldn't be this. I don't really care about. I don't care about this example. It's too much. It's like we already spent too much time in here. Not too much time, but it's like you do this, you do that. You know, that's the thing, is like we show one error, right? We show what the error is going to look like. We throw the error. We then create it correctly. We now create one without it and it's open. We create one with it and it's closed. And then we query the last created ticket or issue, which works for me. So that's enough for this one. Issue. Create latest created issue. All right. Now query last created issue. Okay. You can't use a pipeline. GitHub.issues.issue. Okay. Let's just double check. And again, right, we're going to capitalize because why not? Here's the thing about it, right? Capitalizing it, this is one of those things to think about in terms of moving parts. That's another way to think about it, is branching logic or moving parts, whatever, vectors. But here's the thing. If I capitalize issue, it's never going to cause a problem of somebody understanding what I'm talking about, right? Capitalized issue becomes the way we talk about issue. Now, if it's lowercase, maybe I'm talking about something other than issue, like I'm talking about issue in something else. It's like where it creates a cognitive load. We're trying to reduce the amount of cognitive load for a person to be able to go through this and have the maximum amount of effort, meaning like value, right? Like I don't want somebody thinking about this sentence. That's another way to think about it, right? There should be no thought in that sentence. Just do what we're talking about. And one of the reasons why I'm going through all this effort and I'm saying this is also, it's the same for a large language model, right? One of the things about code that I always get from a large language model is I always check I ask the large language model, what is the most recent version of Ash that you know about? This is one of the reasons why I say I never trust large language model code, is because even if you fine tune, it's still probably going to give you or mix up the version number. And so that's another thing about Elixir that I like, is that if I create code with a mixed task, for instance, it never uses the wrong version. And actually, there's some people at the Codebeam that gave a talk on code generation that I really liked, and it matched something that Igor came across when I was building my mixed task to make mixed tasks. He was saying to me, Sean, this generates incorrect code, right? 90% of the code was correct, 10% of it was wrong. The thing about code generation is I can generate the code and then fix it. But if I spend all my time trying to make sure that everything's perfect, I might miss something. And so it's like, what is the value? What kind of ground are we trying to cover? And it's like, once the language model can fix everything, which will be sooner than later, then I'll worry about it. But then again, it's the whole point of getting us to the point where the language model can handle it. Okay, there it goes. All right, perfect. So let's create. Yeah, perfect. All right, we did the thing, and then all right. So now we're moving to customizing actions. Okay. Okay, add custom actions. Attach semantics to action. Cool, perfect. So we're going to now export this, copy it, and then we're going to use that change pattern that we came up with. So we're going to say change, and I'm going to say change all of the references to ticket. And actually what we'll do is we'll grab the entire path, ticket, and we'll find it where it's support ticket. Support ticket, and I'm going to just grab it so I don't get it wrong. Perfect. While it's doing that, we're going to open it up. Okay, so actually what I realized is just it's doing too much. So we want everything before in this tutorial, but it's fine. We're going to just let it do all this, and I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. Because we're going to go eventually to like renaming stuff. Perfect. All right, so what we're going to do is we can say like, oh man, it generated all this stuff that's not what we want. And so what we're going to do is this cell, you can see from this blue line, is everything to enter your solution, right? So what we can do is we'll just paste all of it, then find enter your solution. So we find the first, okay, see, so this is where we're then deleting all of this. Okay, oh, and we have to edit and remove this stuff. Okay. It gets the headings wrong. Or it doesn't like, it doesn't like it when you do two. Okay, it doesn't complain. All right. Custom actions on the issue resource. Semantics to actions. Okay. Yep, title and body. We're just double checking our attributes. Yep, title and body, state. Okay, so that's the thing, is this is kind of confusing. Like, so that's the whole thing, is this is a lot of little gray boxes. So what we're going to do is instead, we're going to just grab this. Yeah, we're just going to we're going to just grab the actions here, and we're just going to show it. So I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So we have all this here. We do this, and we'll change all those words into just comments, right? So watch this. So now we do this. Okay, so for instance, like this is, so what we can do is we can change the wording, because it's like I'm a little unclear. So what we can say is the close action there we go. Okay, so you see how this makes a lot more sense? And then let's see if there's any more text. Okay, see, so then this makes more sense. And then so we can make it more clear, we can say the update, we can just say this only changes the attribute. So there we go. And let's see what it looks like now. Okay, to do it. And so we can then remove this part. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here now I can see that and it's also that we removed, because let's take a look at what it was in the last page. Was it a default? No. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't shift. All right. Add custom actions. So for instance, I don't know why this is capitalized, so I'm going to make it not capitalized. Okay. Yeah. Because the question, for instance, just this is in terms of education, it's like, why was it capitalized here and not capitalized here or here, right? Perfect. Okay. Support ticket. Okay, so now we need to change the example. So actually what we do is we just take the solution and we'll just say add the open close action in here. Well, environment variables should all be capitalized. Okay, so we're going to just leave this one here like this for the person to do. Oh, actually, yeah, and that's the thing. We should go back. We filled it out, so we should go to. So we should remove this. So we can say. Well, actually, we'll just go back over each one of these anyway to like make sure that because what we'll do is we'll make sure that there's no outputs. We'll make sure that there's no kind of stuff. So we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to have to go through and do a pass to validate everything anyway. All right, customizing actions. Okay. Here, open a. All right. So here we have it a little bit redundant. Open an issue. Okay, so for instance, I don't know why. There's two examples here. So we're just going to combine these. So instead of trying to do two, we'll get rid of the. Oh, it's supposed to be two separate ones. Okay. I think I'm going to have to take a break here. I've been going for 2 hours straight. So I'll probably be back. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. And actually, before I go, I will save, close. And actually, it's good to pause that anyway, because there's some other stuff that I wanted to accomplish today. So we got pretty far in that. And so where's the, all right, get Ash tutorials, not this prereqs. DS store, we need to bring that into the get ignore. Okay, perfect. So we're going to say updating the tutorial stopped mid 5, which is the custom actions. All right, commit, push. I'm going to put that in the chat. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.